House Speaker Mike Johnson is traveling through upstate New York today and made a stop this morning here in Syracuse.
That's right. He also held a high-dollar fundraiser for Congressman Brandon Williams near Utica. Joining us now is someone who knows a thing or two about Utica, our political reporter Luke Radel. Luke, a little close to home today, huh?
Yes, indeed, and he wasn't just in my hometown for the amazing food. Congressman Brandon Williams hosted House Speaker Mike Johnson for a high-dollar fundraiser right here at the Yanandasas Club in New Hartford. And look, I've been to the Yanandasas Club many times, but it seems like it's a little bit odd that someone has to pay for a $1,000 breakfast just to talk to their member of Congress. Now, as Williams traveled from one end of his district to the other, he also announced his opposition to new district lines proposed by a bipartisan commission that carves out friendly regions of Oneida County from his current domain and includes bluer cities like Auburn and Cortland. Williams complained online about the maps and made baseless claims that his opponent had some hand in the writing. He said, quote, "The media should really be asking the question, is self-dealing John Mannion a crook?" Even though this is not how it's supposed to work, we're the ones who typically ask the questions, I'll take the bait here, because this is a particularly strange question for the congressman to ask. He knows that the map was drafted by an independent commission of 5 Democrats and 5 Republicans, and the lines were approved on a margin with all 5 Republicans voting in favor. Fellow New York Republicans like Lee Zeldin and Mike Lawler have all come out in favor of the current maps, and on top of that, John Mannion and the state legislature had absolutely nothing to do with how the maps were drawn. But let's take a closer look at why the congressman is so upset with how his district shook out. Because it is true that he was saddled with a seat that voted for President Biden by an 11-point margin. Compare that to Mark Molinaro in the southern tier, who actually went from a district that was Biden plus 5 to just Biden plus 1. How did that happen, you may ask? Well, I'm told that members of the New York delegation actually regard our congressman as the odd man out, and that's often left him isolated from his colleagues. While Williams has been dodging press questions and town hall meetings with constituents for months, members like Molinaro host events like Coffee with Your Congressman. He holds town halls and tosses pizza dough. He actually seems like he enjoys his job, and he's not alone. Mike Lawler of the 17th District appears frequently on CNN to discuss the issues, but when Brandon Williams goes on, he pushes bogus talking points about the border and complains when the anchor interrupts him. Take a look.
Permitting in the law, in the code, 5,000 per day on average over a period of time to enter the country.
That's not true. That's not true. It's not allowing 5,000.
It is true. It's a disaster.
It was not allowing them in. It was saying at 5,000 encounters, you don't entertain any more encounters at the border.
I'm sorry. Is that respecting each other? Is that what you're getting at here?
Well, I will challenge you when you
I,
say something that's not true.
I'm a member of Congress. You're cutting me off. It absolutely
only when you
is
say something
true.
not true.
And oh, I see.
So look, if Williams is mad now, he may be even madder next week when Democrats in Albany may decide to draw all these lines all over again and make this race even tougher for the congressman here in Syracuse. We'll be watching all of it very closely. Reporting in studio tonight, Luke Radel, CitrusTV News.